Hey everyone, this is Aaron St. Dennis and welcome to the Fantasy Football Mad Scientist podcast. Today we are here with a 10-round Superflex tight end premium startup mock draft. It was supposed to be 15, but we shortened it a bit down to 10 just in case, Friday night, we're not sure how long this will drag on. Today joining me is rabid, longtime diehard Jets fan, Pig Bird Jet fan. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Not too bad. Just excited to get this going. We've got, like I said, we're going to go 10 rounds. Super flex, tight end premium, two quarterback, because I guess the super flex, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, a tight end, and 2 flex. I eliminated the bench because I wanted to shorten it 5 rounds. My esteemed guest will be picking first. FF Rees will be going in the 2 spot. I'm in the 3 spot. Cheeks Beat is in the 4 spot. Fat J at 105. Matty Kiwoom is at 106, but I believe he's still in a stream over at Player Profiler, so he may be auto drafting again. Thanks, Matty. Danny LA Rams is coming in at 107. Nessie FFB is in a couple of leagues with me, and they'll be in at 108. CR Seth at 19, and Zethi at 110, Warshak at 111, and Roland 59 at 112. Scroll down here, you will notice that the rookies are included. Bijan, 13th overall. No rookie picks, just the rookies right in it. So everyone right there can be drafted at any time. We've got about, I think, another 30 seconds or so before I kick this off. That, I think, is the most interesting part, would be where Bijan goes. That's what I'd like to see, where he's going to go in Superflex drafts this year. This one would be for a Dynasty league, but you would have to imagine in redraft he would probably go in a similar spot. All right. You are going at 101. I assume you're looking quarterback here.
Definitely looking quarterback. I mean, either that or kicker. Is it a kicker premium like the fishbowl, or?
Yeah, I wish they would allow that. Some of the Scott Fishbowl customizations. All right, boys, we're at 8 o'clock. I'm going to kick this off here, and you'll be on the clock. I have a few leagues where I've wanted to do that. Add in the kicker or whatever, combine them for DST. 30-second pick clock to try and move this along here. We've got Mahomes going off the board first. Pretty standard selection there. I would assume Josh Allen goes next. I'm surprised that the 3 overall in the sleeper rankings is Justin Jefferson. Oh, Tim going Jalen Hurts, which means I will go Josh Allen. I'm a sucker for quarterback early, like I did in Scott Fishbowl. Like you said, I think I went quarterback, tight end, quarterback. How'd you start last year? Do you remember?
I believe it was tight end, quarterback, running back, quarterback.
Which tight end quarterback did you have?
I had Kelsey and Hurts.
Oh, yours probably worked out much better. I think I was 111. I went Brady, Mark Andrews, Kirk Cousins. It did not work out well.
Yeah, that could have been better.
Joe Burrow following up at 104. We're about to have an auto pick, even though he's on. Justin Jefferson. Matty is almost certain to be an auto pick here. Like I said, he's still doing a draft right now, player profiler, so I don't think he'll be in here. Maybe he'll be in by the time we get down to the later rounds. Oh, Fat J didn't know what he was doing. He said he thought this was a rookie mock, so apparently he had to recalibrate, and that's why the auto pick.
We do have some rookies.
Hopefully he'll recalibrate here and get going in the second round, although we got pretty good value on Justin Jefferson. Then we had Justin Herbert and Justin Fields at 106 and 7. Nessie is going to auto pick. That's not too bad, I think. We only have 2 AFK here, with the exception of Maddie, who I think will be joining later, but we're not too sure. Yeah. Lamar Jackson. So we have 7 quarterbacks through 8 picks, off to a solid start.
You think Bijan can find his way into the first round of our Superflex, or is that too much?
I don't know. They have him at 13. I don't know. I'm really quarterback early. I imagine I'm 210, so I don't think Bijan makes it back to us. Oh, one sec. We got Tim knocking at the door here. There you are, Tim. I just seen your message on Twitter saying let me in.
How you doing, Aaron?
Not too bad. So you switched it up there and went Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, man. I think there's a new king on top of the hill. Oh, Bijan?
As we speak, Bijan goes off the board, 109. And that wouldn't have been an auto pick because he was ranked 13th, so I'm not sure. It said auto pick, but they went with Bijan.
This is a dynasty startup, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, Kelsey in the first is kind of wild, but
yeah.
Hey, to each their own.
It happens. Got Tim checking in here a few minutes late. Writer over at the League Winners with me and future FF Expo roommate.
Yes, sir.
Get us into some real trouble. All right, on the turn here, we've got Lawrence, and we finally start to see some non-quarterbacks go. Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, followed by A.J. Brown. McCaffrey was an auto pick.
I'm seeing a lot of value fall here. Don't get me wrong, I love CMC and JT and Chase. Well, Chase is kind of late, but I think we're starting to see the QB landscape sort of even out, and we're starting to see really the tiers separate themselves.
So that's something right here you don't see at Seth. You don't see very often RB to start in a dynasty. That's bold, especially in Superflex tight end premium.
He said, "Forgot it was dynasty."
Sounds like someone who's not been through the pain of needing a quarterback in a Superflex league. This is how we learn. You touch.
That's why I said my first startup I didn't know, and I think I waited. You know what? My first startup, I got Jalen Hurts in the 7th round. The year nobody knew what he was going to be, and I got lucky, and it saved me because I punted quarterback, not realizing just how brutally in trouble I was going to be.
I'm okay with punting QB2. I think there's definitely some value in the later rounds for QB2.
See the value here. I'm not a big fan of Kyler. I don't mind Brees here, but the injury, I think I'm going to go. Jeez. Wow.
Monra, huh?
I like to go wide receiver.
Okay.
I feel like I reached a little bit, but I was too busy talking instead of paying attention to find a wide receiver I would have rather had.
I think I'm going to have to go with Watson. It's not my favorite choice. I dislike him as a human being, but it's a business decision. And it's just hard for me to see him go into the 3rd round.
Oh, you're back up again. We got Breece Hall and Ken Walker going on the turn.
And after that, I think it's a pretty easy choice at this point, honestly. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. Everybody's in love with them. I think it's still a little too early to call it, but you got to take the value.
Oy.
Love Garrett. He was the other one I thought about at the turn, but I wasn't going to see 2 running backs like Hall and Walker again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can fill out your RB room like that, more power to you.
Yeah, I like what you said, though, about punting our QB2. I don't mind waiting a little on QB2, unless the value, like when it gets back to us, if some of the, like if Kyler, Tua, some of that range is still on the board, I'll take my QB2. But you see people stretching for Kirk Cousins in the next when it gets back around, and I'd rather just wait. I honestly expected Andrews and Pitts to go higher than Kelsey, but he said he forgot it was a dynasty league. That's why Kelsey went first.
That's fair.
We've got Diggs, ETN, Anthony Richardson. That's the 2nd rookie QB off the board.
This is different for me. I'm not used to seeing, Kyler. I know that people dislike Kyler right now, but
I don't remember. Was it DLF? Someone I follow I retweeted earlier, published him as one of their buy nows because he's fallen so low.
He has.
And Dak's been. Oh, there goes Kyler right there. But 311. I think Kyler misses the first half of the season, but I think he's still got to be a buy right now.
I mean,
as much as I don't like him,
he's a great punting quarterback, especially the QB2 range. I think pair with him, a Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, it's an elite duo, but more of a punt situation.
Oh.
Yeah, but if you go Kyler, don't you feel like you need another quarterback you can rely on because you don't know when he's going to be broken or anything?
Well,
he can't be my QB1.
Yeah, well, if you draft Kyler, you can't take a rookie QB because you need someone who's going to start from week one. So
I think even as a 2, right? Don't you need to sort of commit, that you're going to make sure you get a QB3 that you feel decent
you'll need
about on your roster.
Pickett or someone like that. But
I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't spend high draft capital, but I would definitely commit to a QB around like 8th, 9th round. Because I think there's some solid quarterbacks in the later rounds, the Derek Carrs and Jared Goffs that can really fill in for you and not put you at a deficit.
I agree. I like Goff. They've got lots of weapons there in Detroit.
Oh, man.
What the hell was that? You ever hear just weird noises while you're podcasting? What's going on in my house?
Every once in a while. Oh, man.
What do we have? Whole run here. Started with Cousins, Metcalf, Devonta Smith, Eckler, London, Gibbs, Jacobs. We're moving solid. I kind of wish I hadn't shortened it to 15 from 15 to 10. We're going to be through 10 rounds real quick.
Nah, it'll be all right. Dang.
JSN, is that the first rookie receiver?
Yeah, I was hoping he'd fall to me with Kupp and Adams still on the board. I think he's a steal, honestly. I think we're going to see JSN put up, at a minimum, top 15 kind of numbers. He's not going to be, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, where he's having a top 5 year his rookie year. I don't think we're hardly ever going to see that again. But I think we could definitely see him have a much better year, depending on where he lands, of course. It's very landing spot dependent.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, man.
I hated that pick. The 30-second pick clock has me shook here. I'm sitting here shaking like Shaq's shooting a free throw.
I'm going to go...
Who's responsible for that 30-second clock, buddy?
Well, when it was 15 rounds, I set it at 30, thinking I thought we'd have a lot of AFK drafters here, but everyone seems to be right on it, and we're buzzing.
Adams and Stevenson, very nice.
Don't draft who I want. I know you're gonna.
I don't know.
Don't do it. Hawkinson, Adams, Ramondre.
I'm gonna go. This is rough. I'm gonna go ahead and go Pittman.
Oh, I wanted Pollard.
Oh yeah, you can have Pollard coming off a broken leg.
Yeah.
No way I'm drafting him this high.
I think I heard today they want to get a big back to keep him company. That makes me nervous.
Bijan
not even really that in on Pollard, but that Jameson Williams, wow, I forgot he even exists half the time.
Mm-hmm. People are surprisingly high on. I wouldn't say surprisingly. He's a very good wide receiver, but for me, just after not seeing anything his rookie year, which is no fault of his own, coming off the
don't
ACL.
know anything. Yeah, there's nothing.
It's just hard for me to put him above, some of the other guys, Jerry Judy's.
It's a flat out projection. He might as well just be in the rookie class, but
yeah.
But we did have a rookie go earlier.
Yeah. What's interesting to see where the first and second year players are finding their way in. Kupp falling to 5 is crazy. Well, probably. I don't imagine Kupp has that long left.
Right now is a very good time to build a win now roster. if you're in a startup and you want to win this year, now is a great time to be drafting.
Yeah, because everyone's got rookie fever or even second year fever, it looks like.
Well, I mean, if you look at this, right? If you look at the board, realistically, Aaron, you could have Josh Allen, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, Devontae Adams, and Cooper Kupp all on one roster.
Yep. And I kind of wish I had, but I needed a running back. I guess I didn't need one. But. Okay, what do we got here? Javonte. That seems like an overdraft for a guy who I don't think plays for most of the year. Kittle, Najee, Swift. Another one I think is too high. Danny Dimes, Chubb, Russ, and Debo. There's a lot of players I don't know any, a lot of uncertainty there.
Who are you most uncertain about heading into the year?
Swift?
That's fair. That's fair. I don't think he's going to have a better year than he did last year.
I think we've probably seen his career year. And that's sad to say.
On a per game basis, I think he'll finish better than he did last year. But I think that's about it from what we see from him. I think David Montgomery is being highly underrated right now. He's going to fill in that role very well. The Jamal Williams goal line back.
Where is he in ADP? He's got to be way down there.
David Montgomery?
Yeah, where's Monty? I don't even see him.
He's down there, man. I'm
outside of 100.
He's got an ADP of 98.
Oh, did I skip him?
I think so. He's at 113 in ranks.
Oh, he's 113 in the ranks? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him, 113. I probably would have taken him, but Burks, McLaurin, Pierce.
I like Swift, but right now at cost, I think you have to go Montgomery over Swift. If you have to spend a 5th round pick on Swift or an 11th, 12th round pick on Montgomery, I'm taking Montgomery all day.
I would agree. Who do we got? Goff, Dobbins. I'm going to go. Who else do we have left for rookie QBs?
Oh, you can always go with your man.
Who's that?
The Wonder Boy, Will Levi.
That's exactly who I'm going with. You talk football with me too much. You over there reading my mind. That's not cool.
Man. Oh, man. This is an easy one for me. In the 6th round, give me Quentin
that's who
Johnson.
I was hoping to get would come back around to me.
I didn't. I just saw him. That's easy money. Ooh, this one's more tough. This one's a lot tougher. Do I want to?
It's tough doing this with the rookies when we don't know the landing spot. Like, I like Zach Charbonnet here, but that could be a great pick or it could be completely useless depending on where he goes and when he goes.
All right. I like Charbonnet a lot, so I'm gonna roll with him. Stick with my build, my younger kind of build. I'm not too worried. I think he can take over a lot of backfields in the NFL.
And I'm going to go the exact opposite way and go over the age cliff here.
Hey, he could be getting traded.
Hand, what did he stack? Trey Lance and DJ Moore. Is that your QB? Yeah, it is. Gotcha.
Yeah, how you feeling? How you feeling about Trey Lance?
A little nervous, but I feel like for where I got him, that's not bad.
Yeah.
With the capital, I feel like he's highly likely to be starting somewhere.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it's San Fran, but I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. But for where I got him, I think it's still worth it, even if it's some other team. And if it ends up being San Fran, then I really hit a home run.
I think we're getting into the range here where Wershak is going to need another QB. With Kyler there.
I don't think Brock Purdy is the starting quarterback come the beginning of the year. I just don't. I like Brock. I don't dislike Brock Purdy, but for the draft capital it is spent, I don't think they can keep Trey Lance in that locker room with Brock Purdy as a starter. You know what I mean? Like, he has to go somewhere else.
Right. Well, also, unless they trade him, right, I don't think Purdy's ready for the beginning of the year, certainly not for, for the preseason. So we're going to get a chance to see him.
What did they really say, though? Like, They said based on what he's done,
They said Brock Purdy is the leader of the locker
get the
room.
first snap. Like
Purdy, they said Brock Purdy is the leader of the locker room.
That's easy to say, but when Lance, is actually playing, and if he performs well, that all goes out the window.
I mean, it's just like, what does that say about Trey Lance? That the 7th round guy has come in and he's the leader of the locker room,
right?
So I don't do you want to trade him or do you want to keep him? Because if you want to trade him, that's not the kind of things you say.
Yeah, Pickett and Kirk. Back to
but if you want to keep him, that's not the kind of things you say either. I don't get it.
I mean, if you want to trade Purdy, it's the sort of thing you say.
Right.
No, that's true. Huh? So, Tim, Montgomery in the 8th or Swift in the 5th?
I'll take Swift. I'll take Montgomery in the 10th or later.
Yeah? 8th isn't far enough for you?
No, there's just too many other running backs. I'll take Rachaad White over Monty. A couple of these other backs that are still on the board, I'll take over Monty.
Have I really gone this whole time without turning the stupid sounds off on Sleeper? Can you guys hear that on your end?
Nope.
Oh, I can hear the stupid clock. Oh, and I'm on the clock. Oh, this is where I got 2 receivers I want. Do I want to go with Father Time or do I want to go young? What's my roster look like? I'm kind of in win now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you convinced me. D-Hop it is. If I didn't have Henry and Cook, I think I would have gone younger, but and Hill's not exactly a spring chicken, but
I'm going to go with the biggest buy of the offseason.
Deontay. Yeah, I read your was it Deontay versus Pickens?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't quite that article. It just kind of turned into that.
Oh, that's what it seemed like. Oh, you took my guy Zay Flowers.
Yeah, it started off with a buy Deontay, and then as I kept writing, I was like, oh, I got to pretty much do the 1v1 in Deontay versus Pickens.
It's funny how that happens. Who did the Bills get to go with James Cook? I'm forgetting. And you're on the clock.
Yeah. Let's go Geno. The man with the contract.
You remember who the Bills got? What running back? Was it Harris?
Yeah, they got Damian Harris.
I was working on an article last week that started out as me saying Damian Harris was a buy low and somehow turned into James Cook was a buy low. It's funny how that happens. Your intention completely sidetracked.
Yeah, absolutely. Keenan Allen, huh?
Yeah, back-to-back Chargers. I know it's really tough to take some of the rookies when you don't know landing spots.
I will take a rookie, a projected first-round rookie. So I'm thinking.
What we got left with Downs, maybe?
Zay Flower, Josh Downs.
Zay's already gone. Otherwise, he was who I was taking.
Yeah, that's
for me. It was between Keenan and Josh Downs.
I would probably take Downs over Keenan. Just because you're getting, the longevity with Downs. Allen has a year left, and I understand the build. It's a win right now build.
Oh, you look at the build. You know what build it is? This is a go for it right now, and if I don't win, I suspect I'm quitting this league next year. This is a 2024 orphan build, is what this is.
Yeah, it's a championship or orphan.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got here? Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, AJ Dillon, how he's fallen. Josh Downs, James Cook, Derek
AJ
Carr.
Dillon is one of my favorite RB2s right now.
A-Chain, Spears. Carr is solid value. Is that his second? Yeah. Second quarterback in the 9th round for Derek Carr. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff.
I'm telling you, these later round quarterbacks, you could really build a roster where you can punt quarterback until rounds 7 and 9.
Hyatt, that's another one who could have been a first-round receiver. I probably should have taken over Allen. I like Zay and Downs more. Definitely Zay more, but Hyatt could squeak into the first.
Like if I have one of these back in, like the 109 or later, I'm not completely against punting quarterback until, the 6th, 7th round. And then you can fill out
QB1 or just you punting your QB2 or QB altogether in a super flex?
QB altogether.
So you're comfortable punting it to what range here? Can you see
till about the 5th, 6th round.
Daniel
you can
Jones,
get two of these guys later. Give me 1
Levis,
sec.
Lance. Yeah, it's not a bad range, like you said. Daniel Jones, I really like in the end of the 5th, and I really like Goff at the end of the 6th, and Levis, depending on landing spot. What do we got coming up? Mac Jones, Cedric Tillman, Dalton Schultz, Brian Robinson. Tim has left us for a second. I'm sure he's got wife or kid to deal with. I almost said JSN. It's not. It's Juju. Kadarius Toney. Have I drafted a tight end? That's a good question. I need to draft a tight end. Nobody scoop my Michael Mayer here. Get my rookie tight end 1 in the 10th round, my final pick.
I guess that means he's not falling to me.
No, because I actually started paying attention and realized I don't have a tight end. Although it doesn't matter, I don't mind. Okonkwo goes. I don't mind Komet or Njoku.
Where am I at? 22 seconds. Perfection. I'm going to go with my current RB4 in this draft class. Well,
Roshan Johnson?
Ooh, a little too early for me. I'm going to go Sean Tucker. I think he's been severely underrated right now.
I graded him out really high, just athletically speaking. I forget my little formula, but I forget where he exactly was, but I think he wasn't. There were 2 running backs that I had perfect. Bijan was one. I think Tucker I had at like an 83 overall. You're up on the clock here to bring us home. Isaiah check. All right. That Very concludes it. So, Pigbird Jet fan, what do you think of your team? Anything you'd like to change besides not drafting a tight end?
Ideally, it'd be great to have a tight end, but I assume that in theory there would be more rounds where I could have scooped up one of the tight ends.
Hey, Njoku's still available.
Yeah, they're still available. I should have the 11.1 coming up. So I feel like I did a good job. I feel like I've got a pretty deep team for 10 rounds.
How long are we into this? Want to extend it 5 or no?
I mean, I'm down for an extra 5.
Yeah, give me 1 sec. We'll test your theory out here.
I'm interested to see how it goes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Update. Did that work?
Of course not.
Nope.
No, I think because it's already done.
Apparently, Sleeper says we're done at that. So
yeah.
All right. How about you, Tim? What do you think of your team?
I'm really happy with my team, actually. I got dual elite quarterbacks. I've got Geno Smith as my QB3 locked up for at least, I think, I'm of the impression, we're going to have Geno as a starting quarterback for at least the next 2 years. So I got a little bit of security there. And then, rounding out the wide receiver room with Garrett Wilson, Michael Pittman, QJ.
I love
pretty much. I think all my receivers are worth at least a first-round pick. RBs. Go ahead.
Sorry, if this team actually hits, you may have a team to win this league for 5 years at least here. You got, what's the oldest player here? Watson? Oh, yeah. Geno, but everybody else is young.
Yeah, I've become more of a fan of the 1-year punt, and I definitely think Charbonnet and Sean Tucker have the ability to take over a backfield if they go to the right situation. So I think, I'm really happy with my team. I give myself about I would say a B+, A-.
Nice. I give myself a D-. I hate this team. I never draft old. Look at that. So that's all right there.
As long as you win.
Gets a little old here, but okay, so look at it. So he'll be solid. Derrick Henry, old. We don't even know if he's got anything left. Rookie quarterback, we don't know where he's going. These two, we don't even know where they're going to be playing. Keenan Allen, don't know. I got a lot of old people who this team was awesome in like Madden 2012, 2015-ish. This team was awesome 7 years ago. Not so much now.
Hey, the team was awesome 2 years ago. Shit.
Well, okay, I guess. Fair enough. Madden 2020 maybe, but
yeah, I'm interested about Michael Mayer. Supposed he was the undisputed tight end one of this class prior to the combine, and people digging a little deeper. So it's hard to tell tight ends. It's hard.
He's my tight end one in this class. We see Warshak did end up taking Mac Jones late. Who was left on the board as far as where is it? The Q's gone, so I can't even see what quarterbacks were left on the board. Can you guys see that on your side? What quarterbacks? No. I hate how they do that. They clear it right away.
Yeah, it's all gone. I
would have liked to have seen, but he went with Mac. Anything else stand out?
Cedric Tillman in the 10th kind of stood out for me on Zeffy's team. That I feel like that was a little bit of a reach. He's a second round guy in this draft class, and he's not that high for me. I do like Tillman a lot. He might be the wide receiver one from Tennessee. He might be better than Jalen Hyatt, but I think you can get him later.
I wasn't considering him there myself, but if you do look after, I take Bateman over him for sure, but Tony or Juju, I think I might take him over either of them, but you're right. I still think it was a reach. I like Sean Tucker here by you. Over.
I think Tucker was a little bit of a reach, but it's just one of those things of getting your guy. So like, I don't hate it in the last round of a draft, go after somebody you love.
Anybody got anything that sticks out to them?
Anthony Richardson before Kyler Murray is wild.
Anthony Richardson, where did he go? Third off the board among rookies? Yeah, Bryson. Yeah. So what do we got for rookies here? Here's your first rookie running back. Your first rookie QBs go here.
How do you feel about Bryce Young before Dak? It makes me feel uneasy because, Dak is a QB1.
I say, I say I would have drafted Dak, but I own the pick that's guaranteed to be Bryce Young if I want it. And if you offered me Dak straight up for it, I think I would turn it down.
Really?
I would rather Bryce Young. But having said that, if I'm here, I would have drafted Dak Prescott, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, yes and no.
Mostly no, but where's rookie wide receiver one off the board here? JSN at 4-8?
JSN, yeah.
And then the next one's what? QJ? Oh no, Addison and then QJ. First rookie tight end was me at the end of the draft for Mayer, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Bijan at 1-9. That Travis Kelce thing really threw a wrench into things.
Yeah, he said he didn't realize it was a Dynasty startup, but it happened.
What about you, Big Bird? I don't know your real name, man. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Mike.
Tim.
Hey,
Big Bird's fun. Big Bird's better.
Like Big Bird.
Well, since we're talking about rookies, I thought Zach Flowers at 9.1 was pretty decent value at that point.
Oh, I hate that, mainly because I wanted him to go to 9.3 to me, and you stole it.
That's good. I admit that I live off the suffering of others, so that just fills me with joy that you're disappointed.
I was debating between him and Hopkins, and Tim convinced me to pull the trigger on Hopkins, and I should pull the trigger on Hopkins, all right.
I just wanted you to not take Deontay, that's all.
Oh, I wasn't going to take Deontay anyways. I'm a Pickens guy. You forget that.
Jesus. Well, you're wrong. So,
well, hopefully Pickett is good enough to bring out the best in Pickens this year.
Did Pickett? Oh yeah, Pickett got drafted 8th round here.
Mm-hmm.
I really.
Where do you have Flowers ranked?
This class. So I've got JSN, QJ, Addison, probably 4. It's between him and Addison, I think, at 3, but I think I have him as the 4.
Okay, that's fair. The more this draft class kind of drags on, I find myself being more more out on Addison. I just feel like his ceiling is really capped at the next level. And
he seems to be slipping, and the longer this goes, Zay seems to be moving up. The other thing that I didn't like, I was for a while it was between Quentin Johnston and Addison for me, but Johnston, we thought Addison was faster. They ran the same 40 time, and Johnston's what? 5 inches taller and 50 pounds heavier. It's not 50 pounds, but you got my point. So.
Well, he's at least 30 pounds.
Zay Flowers, I get it. He's not small. A lot of people are saying he could be an X, but I don't see it. I think he's a big slot receiver. And I know he's not big, but I don't see him as an X.
I know he plays big.
Yeah,
I watched a minimal amount of film. I'm not a really big film guy, but I've watched a little bit. He definitely plays bigger than his size.
You don't think he profiles as just a slot?
I don't think so.
No,
I think he can be.
That would probably move him above Addison for me. Because right now, from what I've seen, I feel like he's a big slot receiver, but
I mean, from his size, yeah, his size is of a slot, but he doesn't play like a slot.
And it's hard to go by that. Elijah Moore played pretty well, both from the slot and from the outside in 2021, after somehow, falling onto the side of a milk carton in 2022. He did it from everywhere.
Where did he go? Cleveland? What do you guys think about that?
I'm a DPJ guy, so I don't think he beats out DPJ.
I love DPJ, but I'm a Michigan guy, so
go Blue.
They're going to have to fight it. They're both pretty talented guys. I was disappointed to see that the Jets let him go. But
as the guy who drafted Watson, you think he turns it around?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really talented guy. I mean, if you saw him at the end of 2021, he was amazing. I think he was the wide receiver too.
No, Deshaun as Tim.
Deshaun?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I think
Deshaun, I think he has to play better than he did last year.
Well, Brissett had better numbers and efficiency than he did last year somehow.
Yeah, it's hard to judge a guy without getting a full off season to get integrated into a new system.
What was he out? Almost 2 years? 2 years?
Yeah, just about. So I expect him to play better. It's still going to be a little bit of a cap ceiling playing in Cleveland. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Cleveland, but those winters can be a little bit windy. So it's just, I feel like it's going to be hard to throw the ball. Plus the offensive scheme doesn't seem to really change, but it looks like they're kind of headed in that direction with the addition of Elijah Moore. It's going to be interesting to play out, but I think he's still a top 10 guy.
All right, guys. Any last or final thoughts here?
You can go first.
I don't really have much to say. I don't think we've covered it. The most interesting part, like I said, were some of the when you actually have the rookies themselves in instead of just picks. I find it really pushed it up, and it pushed guys like, look at Kupp way down here in the 5th. Yeah. I mean, Tim said it best. I think if you want to buy or draft a win now team, now's the time to do it. Go draft your win now team. Eckler in the 4th, like you said, I could add Allen, ARSB, Hill. I could have gone here. Henry, sub him in for Kupp. What do we want down here? Mixon. There's a whole bunch of guys who are probably over the age cliff, but could be real good if I only have a 1-year team.
That's fine. I just want to propose one rule. If your aggregate team age exceeds a certain threshold, you need to pay the league fee for next year. That's my one suggestion.
I'd have paid that after the 5th round.
I like it.
Yeah. Just lend me a tight end and my team will crush you guys.
My biggest takeaway is go buy Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray going to 311 is asinine. I think, he's still a top 7 to 8 quarterback when he's healthy. So I know he's going to be out for a little bit, but this is a dynasty draft and it shouldn't push him down that far.
I just worry he's not always healthy and he doesn't play well when he's hurt. So that could
3
be
rookies before Kyler.
I can't agree with Anthony Richardson before Kyler or Tua.
Yeah, by the injury dip, I guess it's real.
Maybe Stroud and Watson, Prescott, Young, that whole area, but Kyler should be right there.
And Tua's got his own injury issues. Tua may not be in the league that long.
Right.
So my question regarding Kyler is there a new Call of Duty coming out during this season? Because if there is, he's off my board. I'm out.
Now you just have to slip the playbook into the Call of Duty program, and then he'll see it.
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah,
so good.
subliminally. To
Exactly.
subliminally
Just
get
press it there for a half second along with
Get
bytecode.
him playing Madden. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. You can catch me and Tim over at the League Winners. Tim, where else are you right now? Anywhere else?
I just got brought on to a Dynasty Football Factory. So I got a couple articles dropping over there. I'm working on a series for people just beginning into Dynasty football, just kind of help them out. And it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. So if you got anybody who's interested in trying Dynasty football for the first time, send them my way over on Twitter at @FF_Rees.
Your pod?
Yes. And I do more than me. Yeah. And I got a podcast. We drop an episode pretty much weekly during the off-season Dynasty, during in-season. We do redraft content. Frontline Fantasy Frontline podcast at @Frontline_FF on Twitter. So give us a follow. And we got some great stuff coming.
You know how I remembered your pod? Because I've been on more episodes of your show than I've been on of mine. Actually, you know what? After this one, it will be officially the same amount. So,
well, hey, if you want to even that back up again, I got a trade episode coming where I'm just diving into Dynasty trades if you want to hop on.
I do. I'm in anything except tomorrow night. I'm on with Dynasty Zoltan tomorrow night.
Very nice.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm available. Actually, I'm off work for the most part for the next week and a half with a messed up elbow. But Mike, how about you? You're on Twitter at?
I'm on Twitter at Pittsburgh Jet Fan. I'm
Alrighty.
Just a random mammal.
Yeah, that happens. So, well, thanks for joining us, guys. You can find me at the League Winners, King Fantasy Sports, DLF, or Player Profiler, or at Twitter at FF Mad Scientist. This has been the FF Mad Scientist podcast. Thanks for joining us, guys.